welcome back. Today we're going to be doing more expansion. We're going to be making the city look a lot prettier. We're going to be getting rid of this junction. We're going to be building some tram lines, expanding the city, building a park hopefully. All in all, just completing our end goal of this section that won't be deleted when the city eventually reaches, 100,000 plus people. This section will still be intact. I'm really liking it so far. So, where's this guy go? Doesn't even live there. Where does he live? Where you going, buddy? Where are you going? Why didn't you just park up here? I need to know where he lives. Okay, well, that's a very nice house you got there. Shame if somebody deleted it. So this is where the city got to last time. First up, new square. Definitely this one. Now I think the first point of call has to be, let's complete this pattern that we started last time. We're going to keep the simulation running because I still want people coming in while we're doing this. If there's any desperate needs that come in, we'll sort them as it comes. So first up, let's just get that across. And let's get this somewhere in the middle. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough for our purposes. I'm not measuring, like the other side, I'm not measuring it, I can't be bothered. So the other thing that we got is the ability to do junctions, which is useful because this is ugly as hell. I think first up, let's just pause the game and think about what we're going to do. What we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to straighten up the motorway because I don't like how it curves down like this. So we're going to have this nice and straight. We'll probably have it come behind here and then drop back down. We'll just have it join to this for the moment because eventually I do actually want a junction in here, potentially a four-way junction so we can get to this side, and then what will eventually be the oil industry that's over here. Then to do that, we're going to use the parallel road tool, the mod here, a very useful tool that I suggest everybody gets. It makes drawing motorways just so much easier. Let's first up, we've got the game paused. Let's delete this. Now, how far do we want to go? I think we want to get it right close to this. About there will do, simply because I'll probably eventually have it go across this canal here, but because we don't own this square and we don't have the ability to buy any more squares, I'll just have the motorway come along the top here, drop down and just join there for the moment. It won't look especially neat until we've got this square over here, but it'll do for now. Alright, which junction do we want to use? We've got the classic, this one. Quite large, but does the job. I think we might want something ever so slightly smaller. Let's see what we've got. So we're going to probably use this trumpet junction simply because it's quite compact. I think maybe in the future when we own these squares back here, we'll probably change this into a four-directional one so that we can have a motorway come up this way and towards that one over there. So for the moment, let's just position this best we can, keeping it in line with the roundabout and the existing motorway, probably there. Let's keep it there for a moment. Then next up, we're going to use the parallel road tool, like I said earlier. That's this one here. I think there's also a shortcut for this. I'd have to look it up because I don't actually know what it is. Let's have a look at what settings we've got at the moment. I think that's pretty much perfect. I've probably had this set up from the last time I used it because I'm pretty sure it does save from the last time. I'd say that's pretty good. I don't think you could improve on that. So if we bring this across... Just noticed that the lanes don't add up here. Do they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 and 3 is 6. So that doesn't actually make any sense there. So what I'm tempted to do is 2 and 2 is 4, comes down to 3. I think that's okay. What I might do is just give it a little bit extra room on here, then bring them down to 3. Do the same here. And And then here, let's grab the 6-laner, that's this one. And then we'll give them 2 lots of that. Probably straighten this out a little bit. I want a 5-laner for a couple. Let's give them 3. And then we'll give them a 4-laner. We'll do it up to there, because then 4 lanes, 1 comes off down to 3, perfect. So it looks a little chunky, but it just means that if this ever gets really intense with traffic, we should be fine. Future-proofing what we've got here. Just going to straighten up a little bit more, bear with me. Good enough for now. So you can see how I've completely straightened that out, made it nice and even. I think that looks far superior than it did before, especially with how straight these lines are. I don't know, it just fits in a bit nicer. We'll build out probably towards this, and as discussed before, we're going to have a slip road coming out of the city at this section, because this is going to be a large industrial area, almost forcing a one-way system, which will alleviate a lot of pressure on this roundabout here. Top tip for you here, if you use the Move It mods and just adjust these angles slightly, they come in and out of the junction a lot easier. Using bends like this, be careful because you'll see if I bend it too much, eventually the road goes wonky like that. I believe the actual maths that the game uses is if it's anything less than a 45-degree angle, they don't slow down at all, and then it's incremental after that. Do something like that, and then they can easily just sweep off or sweep into the junction without any problems. We're going to make sure that the lanes add up here, because we've got 3 lanes with 1 coming off. So what we'll do is we'll just downgrade this to a 2-lane and then come back on to a 3-lane. Using the Move It mod, well, not Move It mod, using the Traffic Manager mod to just force the lanes coming out here, and we'll give them an extra one on the end here just to stop any unnecessary lane switching. What you'll see happening is if you don't do this, this outside lane will try and cut across, or vice versa, so when they're trying to get onto the motorway, they'll cut straight across, causing a ton of traffic, whereas forcing them to only change lanes down here just keeps the traffic moving nice and easy. So that's looking pretty good. I haven't got any broken roads along here. They should be able to come in. Don't know what's going to happen to any of these people. Let's find out. Let's find out specifically what's going to be happening to Nancy. Nancy here was just on her way home until somebody deleted the road from underneath her. How does she react? She popped out of existence. Yeah, she just popped out of existence. That probably wouldn't be my first choice of what to do when a road disappears. I prefer to exist. But you know, different people, different strokes, whatever. As you can see, have a look at this. They barely slow down at all. I mean, they have to stop if they're coming onto the motorway. In fact, the roundabout. In fact, let's just quickly make sure that this is still set up, because as you can see, it changed the rules over here slightly. By just deleting and redoing the road, it can get rid of some of the settings. Just making sure that they're still there. Yep, that's moving nicely. Happy with that. Not much needs going on at the moment down here, so we're making tons of money, people are coming in. We might just pop in a tiny bit of commercial, just because that's what they're asking for. We've got plenty of money coming in, so we can afford to expand the infrastructure without having to worry about money too much. Analysing this, I think what definitely a good thing to do here is I did say this in the video when I made this, I said I'd move this. I think I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to pause it quickly and fill in this. Okay, I like the look of that. I like the look of that a lot. We'll expand the city over this way, getting rid of these power lines. I'll resume the simulation for the moment. It looks like we're going to need some more industry coming up. We're not too far away from having nice pretty roads with trees. Let's have a look if we've got the industry. We do have the industry now, so what I'll do is, as this is our industry area, I'm going to upgrade this with the industry roads, allowing industry vehicles to travel faster and be more efficient. They are more noisy, which is why we don't have any residential anywhere near this. Before, where we had the old junction, it was cutting across some of their squares. If you fill in behind them now, when they've still got some little buildings in here, they don't actually destroy and fill out the entire space unless they upgrade, by which time normally it's too late to be able to do so. So if you destroy some of the little ones and then let them rebuild bigger, you'll get bigger factories and more workers. What I might do in the future, depending on how busy this road gets, and I imagine it might get quite busy, we might remove just some of these side roads and just make them come in at more of a distance and then work their way through. We'll see how it goes. Right, let's expand this city. So when we finished the last episode, we had just upgraded to a busy town in which we got some more buildings that we need to place. So while we've got this on fast, I believe one of the more urgent ones is a cemetery. I've got some assets for this one. So I've got this one here, which I quite like. And I'm just going to place this one, I think, maybe up here on the main road. Yeah, let's place it up here. The other thing we've also got in the healthcare section, we've got some elder care. Now, because of the size of this, you know, the area that it can cover, I might be tempted to put one over here, and then in the future, one over here. So let's do it like that, I think. Childcare, roughly the same size. Do we have any more schools? We've got one high school. That might not be enough. There is a catchment area. It's not just to do with the number of students that's there. It's also to do with a catchment area, which you can see by having this turned on, so the white space turned on. You'll see that the green means it's efficiently covering that area, which means for now it's fine, but when we start expanding over here, we're definitely going to have to pop another one over here. We don't have universities yet. We did did we place a public library last time? We did. So we've got a public library, we've got a primary school or an elementary school, we've got a high school. We'll leave that for the moment. I think what we can do though is we can actually place our first park zone now. So we have reserved this area here for that, so let's pop that in. Nice, you can already see the houses upgrading there just because I've placed a park. Desperate for more housing, so let's fulfill that need. So let's talk public transports. My current plan was trams and potentially monorail as well. I think to start with, because we definitely don't need both, I think we should start just with trams with the plan to expand to tram and monorail in the future. Now, I've got some pretty cool roads in here. I'm pretty sure they're part of the extended network mod. But if I show you what I've got, we've got the bog standard tram, just the normal tram, but at the very end here, we've got medium monorail and tram roads. So that is combined on one road, combined tram tracks as well as a monorail within here. So what I'd like to do is get a tram going round up here, down here, round here, down here, and have that transporting lots of people. Then maybe in the future we could upgrade maybe just this road here with monorail and tram, and then we can have the monorail taking people, like maybe have a stop here, and then a stop to the next section that we build, so that we can transport people efficiently between that via the monorail. There is a trick that I'm going to show you this episode to do with trams and getting across. Oh, need another power station. Let's have a quick look at what we can do. Let's pop down another coal. We're so close to getting an oil, but let's just pop a coal one down. There we go, that should sort it out for a little bit. We are barreling towards the next marker, but for the moment, let's just think about what we want to do here. I'm thinking what we want to do is we need a turnaround spot for cars and trams. There's a couple of ways we can tackle that. One is we can use the roundabout builder to basically build a roundabout using the tram road, so this one-way tram. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, because the other option is we build a larger roundabout of road and then an interior roundabout of that of tram, just tram, and then have it cross over. I'm leaning towards, that was my original plan. I think I'm not going to bother doing that now. I think what I'd like is just a roundabout that can do tram and cars, because at the very end of these roads, there's not actually many buildings here to service, so I'm not really expecting it to get that busy, if I'm totally honest with you. So what I was thinking is, because we want to maximize space, let's grab this road, let's bring it right down until it starts to not like it. There we go. So bring it right down here, measure out where this will go. And then let's measure one up. There is method to this madness. Give me a second. I know I specifically said don't do cross junctions, but don't worry, they're not staying. And using the tram, 2-lane with tram tracks. Now, how big do we want this realistically? It literally won't work if you do it this small. There's something about if you put some trams under some circumstances, some of the angles, the lines won't join up and and you can't actually place the line. So you do have to do them at a certain size. Let's try this. Then we'll go and get rid of that. Busy town, sweet. Let's have a quick look at what we can do. Tons of junctions, tons of roads, an oil power plant, some new parks. Looks like we've got the fishing industries now. That's cool, we'll put some of those in later. Good stuff. I'm so sorry guys, I'm going to call it and say that this is part 1 of episode 3. Trust me, you won't want to miss part 2. I'll be showing you my tram to roundabout technique and how I go about building 5-star parks. I'm still getting used to how to fill and then condense a small episode instead of a mammoth 1-hour episode. If you could like and subscribe, I will love you forever. See you later. Bye.